So why not use a set of Evolve 50s for a 400 kid school dance? I did a video about a week ago where I was prepping for a school dance I was going to do on Saturday, which I didn't end up doing. That's another video or series of videos that you can go back and watch. If you go back a few videos, I'll tell you all about it. I'm not even going to get into it in this video why I didn't do the dance, but I was putting together the EKX rig, which is two EKX 12 tops and two EKX 15 bottoms. Someone asked in the comment section, well, why don't you just use your Evolve 50s for this 400 kid school dance? Some of you are already thinking to yourselves, well, of course you wouldn't use Evolve 50s for a 400 kid school dance. Others are saying, yeah, why wouldn't you use them? So, understand that we're all learning at different levels here. We're all taking this information in at different times. I'm always learning. You're always learning. This is for those of you who have that question. Why not just use something like the Evolve 50 for a 400 kid school dance? This is not going to be a highly technical video, so don't expect Ben Stowe style explanations on things. I'm just going to kind of give this to you as I'm a DJ, this is what I do, and this is why I do it sort of explanation. So, first of all, we got to talk about sound objectives. When I'm doing something like a wedding reception of, let's say, 150 to 200 people, what I want to do is I want to create a hotspot on the dance floor where the music is good and full. Anywhere off of the dance floor, what I would ultimately like to have are conversation areas where people can have conversations with each other. To do this, the music can't be too loud. And the mid frequency, which is the same frequency I'm speaking in right now, it won't be overpowered by the speakers where people are competing for that frequency to have a conversation, so they're screaming at each other. I never want that to happen at a wedding. What I want to happen is those conversation areas. And the Evolve series works very well for that. I'll use Evolve 50s for anything from, let's say, under 100 people all the way up to 200 plus. I do have the Evolve 30s. I really like them. And I found that they work incredibly well for anything up to 150. So I can actually go smaller with the 30s for under 150 people with no problem. And that's most of the events that I do. However, my objectives at a school dance are incredibly different. And here's how they're different. Instead of that hotspot on the dance floor and conversation areas elsewhere in the room, what I want to do is fill a gymnasium with sound, where the gym is the hotspot. So for that, I need more powerful speakers that are essentially louder. We've had the conversation about watts before and how that doesn't really have any relevance on how loud something is with powered speakers, or any speakers for that matter. Let's have it again. So, if you have 1,000 watt speakers, or 1,500 watt speakers, or 2,000 watt speakers, whatever the case might be, whatever it says that you have, don't think that has any relevance on how loud something is. Watts is power consumption, not power output. Now, whether or not you have 1,000 watt, 1,500 watt, or 2,000 watt speakers is a whole other conversation. Chances are you really don't, even though it says it. Sometimes it talks about max watts, and that's a theoretical number that has no real relevance in reality. They just kind of got together and decided, hey, you know what? If we sent this many watts through that speaker for a fraction of a second, it might not catch on fire. It probably will, but it might not. Yeah, that's really what the big watt numbers means. They're big, impressive numbers, and for some reason, the general public likes to hear these big numbers, but no one really knows what they mean. It's frustrating for the speaker companies because they've tried to tell you, hey, this is about SPL and decibels, not watts, but no one wants to listen. They're still attracted to the big watts, so they go for the big watts. So yeah, decibels is what the actual loudness or sound output is measured in. So something like an Evolve 30M I believe it's 123 decibels max, right? And for me, with the way that system is built, that's good for like 150 people. If I go more than that, I feel like I need a little more power, and I believe the Evolve 50s are 127 decibels. It doesn't sound like a lot. It's a small, uptick in decibels, but it makes a big difference. Where the EKXs are 132 decibels, which is considerably louder than 127 decibels. You wouldn't think it would be, but it really is. See, the numbers don't sound as impressive, but yeah, they make a huge difference. A 3 dB gain is considerably louder. Every 3 dB, you're realizing a louder sound, if that makes any sense to you. The other thing about the Evolve series, or any array that has these full range speakers instead of horns in them, they're better for what I would call near field listening. So if you're just sitting there listening to them, it sounds smoother. They're not honking at you like a horn would. That's why they work so well in a wedding setting, and why you can have conversations, because the mid isn't exaggerated like it would be on a horn-loaded speaker. Now, the EKX are horn-loaded. Horn-loaded speakers tend to throw further than full range. This makes sense, right? I'm using these headphones to monitor the audio on this video. There are no horns in these headphones. They're full-range speakers. So you can hear me talking. It's pretty crazy, I'm sure. Maybe there was even some feedback, but yeah, no horns in here because it's for near field, all right? Now, if the police are trying to get you to come out of the building with your hands up using a megaphone, which is a horn, it broadcasts further. It's much louder. It's the same concept with speakers. When you got the full range stuff, it's typically not as mid-heavy, doesn't travel as far, but when you got the horns, they travel further. And yeah, you're going to hear them further away than maybe that hot spot on the dance floor you're just trying to hit. So I hope that's some explanation for you. If I brought Evolve 50s to a 400 student dance, I don't think it would be enough power. I don't think there'd be enough throw. I don't think I'd be able to fill the space very well. There are column arrays out there, such as the Maui 44G2, that I've heard with my own ears. They sound amazing. And you know what? Yeah, maybe you could do that 400 student school dance with those. I believe they have a horn in them too. They've got full ranges and a horn, but they're very powerful. But for the Evolve system, at those dB levels, it's not enough to fill a room with sound, which is what I want to do at a school dance, opposed to what I'm trying to do at a wedding. And I hope that made sense. I was trying to give a simple explanation on there. I might have got a little geeky with you on some of the stuff, but I didn't go Ben Stowe on you about it. So you should be thankful for that anyway. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And at the end of the video, like I said in the last video, if you have the opportunity to like the video, if you're sitting at your computer and it's convenient for you to do, I'd appreciate it. Just hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. If you're on your smart TV, maybe it's harder to do, and yeah, I'll give you a pass. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you so much. Practice and enjoy.